Roger agrees. We just wanted to say a few thank yous. We must notice and thank Tom Schumacher, who brought us the book originally. Dave Barry and Ricky Pearson, who wrote that book. Rick Ellis, who made this most wonderful play out of that book. The deck staff and the fly staff and every member of the crew backstage here. Out there in the auditorium, I'd like to thank Marco and Dean, our band. And I'd very much like to thank every one of you, ushers and Susan out there, the front of house staff.
Such a tremendously kind and inventive group of actors and creative team and producers and technicians, and it's just thank you guys. So you've been the most. We should all be so lucky to get to work with a group of people like this that make you so happy to come to the theater every day and make you feel welcome. Most directors, actors don't like them to come. These guys are always excited that we're there, which is so generous. But the people I'd like to thank the most are Rick and Roger for including me on this journey. It's been great to spend 6 years on your pirate ship, and thank you so much. It means the world to me. Stages. So much nicer than I thought it was going to be. It's almost as big as Broadway, really. I know it's not actually on Broadway, but it's close. It's pretty darn close. Huh? Oh, not till March 18th? Sorry, my mistake. It is a great honor to stand in this beautiful room and talk to 1,000 people. And since this is being taped for Broadway World, and Playbill.com, and Broadway.com, and Theater Mania, dozens more people will see this. This is the other of Molly's bedtime stories. Once upon a time, or 5.5 years ago, excited at the prospect of escaping a dreary New York summer, I agreed to meet with Roger Rees and Alex Timbers in Massachusetts to discuss a project they were going to direct together based on the novel by Dave Barry, Ricky Pearson, and Tom Schumacher had given them. I hopped on a train, and 4 hours later, weary and travel-stained, I found myself at the door of a small building on the outskirts of Williamstown. Prudence had demanded that I leave her behind, so I was alone. At long last, after what seemed like a cliche, the doors finally swung open. An intern showed me into a waiting room. Oh, sorry, that's waiting room. I didn't know whether I was exhausted or both. Finally, I was called in. Roger and Alex eyed me carefully, and then they looked at my face. For hours, they talked about this bully Peter, and eventually said, we'd like you to write the play. I was flattered naturally, but in the course of thinking about what sort of play it would be, one question kept nagging at me, which was, who the hell is Peter? And then it dawned on me, oh, that Peter. And since I was a small boy, I thoroughly enjoyed the peanut butter, and I frequently took rides on the bus line. But only when Roger and Alex enlightened me did I discover that he was some kid who never grew up. So much a part of our culture that there's even a psychological complex named after him, the Peter Pan disorder. But in truth, I really jumped at the opportunity to write this play because of the enormous advance. $1 billion. Talk about lucky. Ever since I was a little boy, my parents would take me and my brother to see shows. I've always had one dream, one special focus that drove me on, one dream only, to sell insurance. Auto, home, theft, fire, flood, or earthquake. I just wanted to make people feel safe. But life intrudes, isn't that funny? And Roger and Alex gave me the chance to write a play about feeling safe instead. Thanks, guys. The other day, Sheldon Harnick, the wonderful lyricist from Fiddler on the Roof, came to see the play. Fiddler is one of the first shows I saw as a kid, and I finally got to tell Mr. Harnick what I loved most about it. And Mr. Harnick modestly said it was Jerome Robbins' idea. He was the director and choreographer. Jerome Robbins. He wanted to portray the strength of the community in a powerful visual way. So the very first time the people of Anatevka appear, they form a circle. And then at the end of the show, when the people are thrown out of Anatevka, they appear one more time and form one last circle. And then one by one, they leave, and the circle is broken. And we know that it's the end of something. Excuse me. I share this with you because we did the opposite with this play. We begin with a mob of actors center stage, a community waiting to happen. And we end with the same people back at center stage with a purpose to lift Peter up in flight. And we know that it's the beginning of something, never the end. And it's that collective strength, community purpose, this community here, that I asked if I could honor tonight, beginning of course, with Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson, who wrote the novel, and Roger Rees and Alex Timbers, who were the visionaries of this play. With Wayne Barker, who made the play sing, and Stephen Hoggett, who made it move, and Ken Chernelia, who made it better. With Lily King, and Jess Shays, Patrick McCullum, and Stephen Broadbeck, who kept it ship-shape week in and week out. With Thomas Schumacher and Michelle Speckler, the spiritual father and mother of this play, our Mr. and Mrs. Darling, if you will. With Nancy Gibbs, and Greg Shafford, and Eva Price, and Tom Smeeds, and Dan Posner, this brave band of our producers who produced the play against impossible odds. With Nina Essman, Marcia Goldberg, Tracy Geltman, and Brent McCreary, who managed our company by managing to make each of us feel special. Rick Montes and Molly Barnett, and Chelsea Nachman, and the people at Serena Coin for working so tirelessly to keep the houses full. With Clifford Schwartz and Kristen Harris, Kate Wallace, Mackenzie Murphy, and Samantha Price, our rare and ravishing stage management team, who make so little seem like so much. With Danielle Worley, Jeff Croyer, Paloma Young, Darren West, our design teams, Tony Award winners all, the first time in Tony history that an entire design team has been honored for one play. With Marco Padilla and Dean Prouty and Dan Green, an entire orchestra in just 2 boxes, And Rob Bass and Tommy Grasso, who make a play sound like a musical night after night. With Jim Carnahan and Gillian Cimini, who helped Roger and Alex assemble this astonishing group. And yes, I've saved the best for last. For the record, I'd love to say to all of you wonderful artists, look, I like you, and had we met 10 years ago, we might well have become really good friends. But right now, I just don't have any slots free. I'm a successful playwright, and I'm maxed out on friends. So, sorry, and I wish you well. Nevertheless, they are the beating heart and the bleeding feet and the sprained muscles and the ragged throats and the extraordinary talents, this clutch of heroes. And it's important to say their names out loud here on the stage that they have owned for so long, so their names will float up and live in the flies forever. Matt D'Amico. Kenny Burton. Carson Elrod. Kevin Gallagher. Pat Salvador. Betsy Howard. Adam Chandler. Rick Owens. Eric Peterson. Arnie Burke. Evan Harrison. Isaiah Johnson. And our understudies, come on out, guys. Orville Mendoza, John Sanders, Jason Ralph, and Emily Walton. And a quick shout out to some of our alumni, Celia Keenan Bolger, who's up in Cambridge. We love you, Celia. Oh, and right here in the audience tonight, the gregarious Greg Hildreth, the delicious David Rosmer, and that Tony-winning firecracker Christian Bohr. One more thing, and then good night. I haven't felt like this in ages. Thank God we're going to New World stages. Beginning March 18th, call telecharge 239-6200. That's telecharge, Felix, 239-6200. Sorry, old habits die hard. They say when you fall in love for real, it's like getting your foot. They say when you fall in love for real, it's like getting your foot caught in the door. You're acutely aware of how much you feel, and you don't want to leave, and you always want more. Well, this is love, and it has been since day one. And I loved you all for every single thing you've done. And everything up here, fore and aft, if only some trunks, a little rope, a couple of buckets, and a bit of smoke. You've held it together with sweat and craft. You've given it flight with so much heart. But you guys play the crucial part. Imagining, laughing, crying together. Each of you out there completes our circle. Whether you're here for the first time or for the 15th time, Nicole. You, the audience, make this art.